Have you ever found yourself replaying a single moment with someone over and over again in your head? Maybe it was the way they said your name, the way their smile lingered a little too long, or that accidental brush of their hand. Suddenly, your thoughts are dominated by what if scenarios. It's exciting, it's nerve-wracking, and occasionally downright confusing. Crushes have a way of sneaking up on you. They turn ordinary moments into something magical, yet they also make you hyper-aware of your every move, your every word, and your thoughts. They consume it. You start overthinking their texts, second-guessing your replies, and overanalyzing every interaction like it's a part of a romantic thriller. But here's the thing, crushes aren't just about butterflies or those obvious signs of attraction. Often, they manifest in subtle, subconscious behaviors that reveal what's going on in your heart long before your brain catches up. And understanding these hidden signs isn't just about decoding your feelings. It's also about embracing the whirlwind of emotions that come with liking someone. Guys, in today's video, we'll uncover the subtle, surprising, and sometimes even awkward ways that crushes reveal themselves. Whether you've just started catching feelings or you've been in crush mode for a while, these signs will help you understand what's happening beneath the surface. Let's dive in. 1. You change parts of yourself to align with them. One of the most revealing signs of a crush is how you start adapting, often unconsciously, to align with their interests, to align with their opinions or their lifestyle. Maybe you suddenly find yourself saying you love hiking when your idea of adventure is binge watching Netflix. Or perhaps you start dressing differently, listening to their favorite band, their music preference, or pretending to enjoy a sport you don't actually care about. This behavior isn't inherently bad. It's natural to want to connect with someone by sharing their interests, but it raises an important question. Are you changing because you genuinely enjoy these things or because you think it'll make you more appealing to them? Crushing can sometimes blur the line between compromise and losing parts of yourself. Anyway, if you notice this happening, take a step back and ask yourself if these changes align with your authentic self. The best connections happen when you stay true to who you really are. 2. You're hyper-aware of their attention towards others. Crushes have a sneaky way of amplifying your insecurities, especially when it comes to how they interact with other people. Do you find yourself side-eyeing their conversations with someone else? Feeling a twinge of jealousy when they laugh a little too hard at someone else's joke? Comparing yourself to others who seem to have their attention? This hyper-awareness isn't just about competition, it's about vulnerability. When you care about someone, the idea of them being interested in someone else can feel threatening, even if there's no real reason to worry. Instead of spiraling, remind yourself that their interactions with others don't diminish your value. Focus on building genuine moments with them rather than overanalyzing what might be going on elsewhere. 3. You overanalyze every single interaction. Did they mean something special by saying, "Talk to you later"? Why did they sit next to you in that meeting? Was their compliment about your new hairstyle just a friendly comment, or is there something more on that comment? Crushing often turns your brain into a full-time decoding machine, searching for hidden meanings in every little single interaction. While this hyper-awareness can be fun at times, it can also create unnecessary stress. Not every smile, not every comment or gesture is a declaration of love. And yet, when you're crushing hard, it's easy to convince yourself that every interaction holds a deeper meaning. Guys, enjoy the butterflies, but don't let your over-analysis steal the joy of the moment. Sometimes a smile is just a smile, and that's okay. 4. You subconsciously mirror their behavior. Have you ever caught yourself mimicking the way they laugh, adapting their phrases, or even copying their mannerisms? This is called the chameleon effect, a psychological phenomenon where people unconsciously mimic those they're drawn to. It's a natural way of building rapport and showing connection, but it can also be a dead giveaway that you're crushing on them. Mirroring doesn't just happen physically. You might start mirroring their interests or opinions, agreeing with things you wouldn't normally care about just to keep the conversation going. While mirroring is a normal part of human interaction, try to stay aware of how much you're adapting. Authenticity always makes a stronger impression than imitation. 5. You assume they're thinking about you as much as you're thinking about them. One of the most common signs of a crush is the belief that your feelings are mutual, without concrete evidence. Maybe you catch yourself daydreaming about what they're doing or imagining that they're replaying your conversations in their head just like you are. While it's tempting to assume your crush is just as captivated by you as you are by them, this kind of projection can sometimes create false hope. It's important to balance your excitement with a dose of reality. Instead of assuming, focus on creating moments where you can genuinely gauge their interest. Clear communication is far more reliable than overthinking. You're suddenly invested in their word. Do you find yourself Googling their favorite band, binge watching their go-to show, or reading up on their hobbies? When you're crushing on someone, their interest can start to feel like your own personal research project. You want to understand them better, connect on shared interest, and maybe even impress them with your newfound knowledge on the stuff that they want. While it's great to take an interest in what they love, it's important to avoid losing sight of your own passions and the stuff that you want. The strongest connections happen when you bring your full self to the table, not just what you think they want to see. Balance your curiosity about their world with pride in your own interests as well. Show them what makes you unique while appreciating what they bring to the table. 7. You imagine scenarios about your future together. When you're crushing hard, your imagination tends to go into overdrive. Maybe you find yourself picturing what it'll be like to go on a date with them, introduce them to your friends, or even spend holidays together. These daydreams can be exciting but also a little consuming if they take you too far away from reality. Guys, enjoy the daydreams, but remember that real connections are built in the moment, at the present. Focus on the small, meaningful moments that bring you closer in real life. 8. Your crush might be more about you than them. Here's a surprising twist. Sometimes, a crush isn't about the person, it's about how they make you feel. Maybe they represent qualities you admire, like confidence, humor, or ambition. Or perhaps they fill a void in your life, making you feel special or seen in a way you haven't experienced before. While there's nothing wrong with being drawn to someone who inspires you, it's important to separate who they truly are from the idea of them you've built in your mind. Take time to get to know them beyond the surface. The more you understand who they really are, the clearer your feelings will become. Wrapping it up, crushing on someone is equal parts thrilling and nerve-wracking. It makes you hyper-aware of every little detail, from the way they smile to the words they choose. But beyond the butterflies and overanalyzing, a crush is also an opportunity for self-discovery. It reveals how you show affection, how you process emotions, and even what you value in a connection. So the next time you catch yourself mirroring their laugh or overthinking their texts, take a step back and enjoy the moment. Crushing is messy, it's imperfect, and sometimes overwhelming, but it's also one of the most exciting parts of being human. Anyway, have you noticed yourself doing any of these things around your crush? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences.